Hey, do you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right.
Wow.
I'm liking it. So the guy who's the leading scorer all time, you said, that worked with you?
DeCarlo DeVoe.
DeCarlo DeVoe. Did he only work the men's game?
Yes.
With you? Oh, okay. Would he do the women's, or would he even be here on those games where you're gone?
I can ask him.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, that might be. If you, I mean,
I
he's
think
good.
he'd be interested.
Yeah.
He seems to always get here just in time. And
okay.
it's not like he's piddling around. He's got a job.
Oh, yeah.
And he usually texts leaving office now or something.
Okay. Well, if he, again, it's an afternoon, like, you know, maybe he couldn't get off.
Right.
I don't know.
Now, that kid would be available, and he would love to do it. You just kind of have to rein him in. Yeah, he said good stuff, but he was just.
Okay. All right.
I even told him, I said, if that's your style, that's fine. It's not the style I want for my broadcast, but
well, I
said if you're rich and famous someday doing that.
So is he somebody Tom arranged for you then?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
did I tell you the first time he contacted me?
Yeah.
I'm cool. Whether you want to do play-by-play or color, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. You'll be doing the color. Yeah.
Though I think he maybe didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
He might have thought I was just another student.
If he asked me, I'll say, well, let me check with the Blazers first. I might be busy. No,
I did tell him the reason he was doing the game was
because I got. He's probably thinking this is my path. This is the path to stardom. All right.
Surprised he hasn't sent
well,
you
I don't care. I mean,
connection.
I don't want to deny a kid a chance either. So, I mean, if I'll just tell Tom. Tom would know.
Yes, Connor Moore, I think.
Okay. I'll tell him. So he knows you're going to miss those?
I don't know if I told him. I just realized they were afternoon games.
All right. Well, I'm okay. Yeah. If he it doesn't matter to me. I don't care at all.
He just needs, like I said, if you
rein him
tell
in.
him, just say I do games like Jack does. I don't get
Tom
carried
mentioned
away.
once, I think kids would like to work with you and learn from it. So, I could be the mentor.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be famous and
which is why he
give me
asked
some
me
money.
To do it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. We'll get ready.
Anthem?
Yep.
All right.
This time, the extra playing for
And welcome everybody to University of Tampa Women's Basketball. Thanks for joining us on the Sunshine State Digital Network and TampaSpartans.tv. The Tampa Spartans get ready to host the Anderson College Trojans in the final game of the Tampa Thanksgiving Classic. Hi everybody, Jack Ike along with Scott Lynn, and it's been 2 days of basketball. This is game number 4, and the two teams coming in bring in 4-1 records overall into this game. Spartans with a win yesterday over Nyack, while Anderson lost for the first time this year to Minnesota State Moorhead, one of the better teams in the nation this year. And Minnesota State Moorhead went on to beat Nyack by about 50 points, a game that finished about 30 minutes ago. So, Scott, we expect a good game between both teams today.
Yeah, we do. And again, you mentioned Anderson losing its first game of the season yesterday, 71-65 to Minnesota State Moorhead. Trailed by 13 at halftime, rallied late and had a chance to tie with a three-pointer in the final minute. It rimmed out. They ended up losing a close game, 71-65 the final. They were out-rebounded in the game 53-37 yesterday. But I think some of that goes back to Minnesota State. Moorhead is a really good basketball team. And the Spartans might have had their toughest challenge had they faced that Minnesota State team. But this is a good team. It's a team that was in the NCAA tournament last season and went 21-7 in the first year under Jonathan Barbary. So it will be a tough test for the Spartans. And I know we got the starting lineups. I'll let you get to it.
And I do apologize. I said Anderson College. It's Anderson University Trojans. Doing Google research, there are 3 or 4 Anderson college/universities out there, and I had to make sure I found the right one. Starting lineups for today's game for Anderson, and they are out of South Carolina. Starting at guard is number 12, and the freshman of the year last year in this conference, and it's Alexi Molenauer, a sophomore from Lindale, Texas. Number 22 is Ace Easter, a junior from Maiden, North Carolina. Number 23 is Madison Baggett, a sophomore from Huntsville, Alabama. Number 25 is Alexis Dillard, and she is coming off an injury from last year, and she is from Taylors, South Carolina. Kaylee Koperick is the final player, number 32, a senior from New Bern, North Carolina. As you said, Jonathan Barbary is the head coach of Anderson University. Tip-off coming. We'll get you the lineup for the Spartans in a second. Faith Sanders jumping, and the tip, she gets it over Alexis Dillard to Rachel Warden. The starting lineup for the Spartans, number 1 with the ball is Faith Sanders, and Faith is a senior from Savannah, Georgia, by way of Northern Kentucky University, and Spartans are on the board right off the bat.
Yeah, Molly Franzen, who scored a career-high 19 points in yesterday's win, gets the first bucket of the game here today.
Also for the lineup for the Spartans is number 4, and that is Rachel Warden. She is a sophomore from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, came here as a freshman. Not that many players come in starting their freshman year. This conference known for getting a lot of D1 recruits looking for that chance to play. Jump shot is missed. Franson with the rebound. Karma Jeremy, number 5, in the lineup as well, a senior from Orlando, Florida, a 4-year player for the Spartans. Number 22 is Stasia Titer. She is a junior from Orlando, Florida. And finally, the aforementioned Molly Franson, number 44, from Northern Kentucky University as well. She is a junior from Tinley Park, Illinois.
Karma Jeremy fouled on that drive. She got the shot away. It went in. They did count it. Almost a continuation move there, but she has a chance now for a 3-point play.
Spartans up 4-0. And rolls out. A rebound. Dillard pushing it up court to Baggett. She is the point guard. Baggett is a preseason all-conference selection.
She's a really good ball handler. I enjoyed watching her play yesterday.
Turnaround in the lane missed by Koperick. Jeremy the other way. First quarter of action. Faith Sanders with the ball for the Spartans. Missed the first 2 games due to injury. 10 now on the shot clock. Titer drives, tries to split, does, puts up the shot, no good. And nice save. Quickly up court is Ace Easter, one of the top scorers on this team. She comes in averaging 14-4, actually is the top scorer. Baggett.
They will try to work it inside to Koperick. This is one of their go-to players, and a nice move right there as she finishes. She had a lot of opportunity yesterday and could not get the shots to drop, and it looked like I had a hard time understanding why did they continue to go to her. She's 5'9", not a huge presence inside, and only averaging 6 points a game, and last year only averaged 4. But that seems to be one of their key things that they want to do.
First, huh?
Get it inside to her.
Franson drive, puts it up with the left hand. Muscled around a little bit. Shot comes up short.
You can see Koperick just going down and working right away.
They double team as soon as she gets there. Ball is out to Easter. Missing the shot. Franson tracks down the board.
Boy, a great job of boxing out right there by Karma Jeremy.
Jeremy drives the lane, gets a good roll. I think that's going to be a great matchup as Jeremy.
Yeah, they're similar body styles, and they both can get down there.
Down low, yeah.
They both can get down there and do their dirty work.
Molenauer Off the rim, no good. Molenauer, freshman of the year last year, and a preseason all-conference pick. Spartans lead 6-2. Rachel Warden to Sanders.
Sanders and Easter's a neat matchup, too, to watch.
Nice drive, left hand, Faith Sanders, 8-2 Spartans.
Yeah, and Easter on that was defending her out on top, but she got picked off right at the top of the key and never was able to catch up and didn't get any help from her teammates.
This tournament was scheduled to be in Puerto Rico, and Hurricane Wilma has changed a lot of plans after it rolled through Puerto Rico. And the Tampa Spartans stepped up and said, bring them all here.
Yeah. And I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
Fun to watch the women play here on Thanksgiving weekend.
I'm sure they would have loved a trip to Puerto Rico pre-Wilma.
Oh, yeah. The foul on Dillard, her second personal foul. So she is heading out right now, along with Korpick sitting down.
Replaced by Erica Martin, a 5'11 junior from North Charleston, South Carolina.
Also into the game now is Hannah Hodges, a sophomore out of Simpsonville, South Carolina, number 30.
Oh, that's almost a carry. And somehow the Spartans get the ball.
Got away with one there.
I don't know if it was almost a carry. I believe it was an uncalled carry. I mean, technically the rule is your hand has to touch the bottom half of the ball, be in the southern hemisphere. Shot clock did not reset. It's down to 9, but we've got a foul call. I think it's on Karma Jeremy. It is. Pushing off a little bit. Stays 8-2 Spartans, 5:54 to go in the first quarter. First foul on Jeremy, first foul on the Spartans. Jump shot, Molenauer, no good. Nice block out. Tider able to get the rebound off the floor. Foul inside. I think Franson pushed out of the way by Hodges. Anderson has the height to go up with the Spartans, with Franson being at 6'2". They can also bring in Lauren Cody at 6'3". Faith Sanders is 5'11", maybe 6 feet. Ball going to go into the backcourt. It's okay because it was an inbounds pass.
Both of those players were there double teaming. It was actually Easter that got called for the personal foul. They take your pick. They were both there.
Franson closely guarded by Baggett in the zone defense. See if the Spartans can shoot him out of the zone. Kicked out to Tider. She's going to drive. Back out. 9 on the shot clock. Warden inside the arc and knocks it down. 10-2 Spartans.
Nice move. Just one dribble to the left and then stop and pop.
This is the start the Spartans have wanted. Haven't always started quickly this year.
I think they knew they had to play a good game here today.
And a drive on the baseline. They stepped out of bounds. And we're going to take a timeout with 4:56 to go in the first quarter of this game, with the Tampa Spartans leading 10-2.
Alexis Tate, a freshman guard out of Auburn, Alabama, is checking in for Anderson University. We'll see her take the floor after this timeout. Hey, a quick reminder, we have so many great sponsors. University of Tampa Athletics. One of those, the Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Tropical Smoothie Cafe's menu boasts...
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
West Cypress in Tampa, an official host hotel of University of Tampa Athletics.
Just some facts about Anderson University. They are located in Anderson, South Carolina. Just a little over 3,000 students. Been around a long time, 106 years. Founded in 1911. Obviously, they're nicknamed the Trojans. Their colors are gold and black. They're an NCAA Division II school, and they are in the South Atlantic Conference. Tampa 10, Anderson 2, Rachel Warden bringing it up court for the Spartans. Into Karma Jeremy, bounce pass to Franson, back out. Warden, Sanders, Franson. Almost a steal by Jeremy, goes out of bounds, and it will be Anderson's ball.
Nice job there by Molenauer getting a hand on that as they tried to complete the pass.
I can see they did a little homework on Molly Franson, who hit about, maybe 4 or 5 medium-range jumpers. As soon as she gets the ball, they are putting 2 or 3 people on her.
Molly,
Molly's looking to kick it out.
Yeah, absolutely. She was 7 of 10 from the floor yesterday, and as you say, some of those were short-range jumpers.
I think she knocked down a 3 as well yesterday. 5 on the shot clock, driving the lane and just dribbled it out of bounds.
Well, to me, it looks like Tampa has come out with a lot more focus, a lot more energy today, and I mean that's one of the reasons. We talked about it yesterday. Nyack was a team that was very young and really didn't have the same quality of players as Tampa, and I think the players know that and did not come out with that same kind of intensity.
No doubt about that. Emily Ashew into the Spartan lineup. She is a transfer from Bradley University and can light it up if you give her a chance. Franson, nice move inside. Can't convert, though, but tighter rebounds. They go back to Franson. She has it knocked out of her hands, out of bounds.
Yeah, Hannah Hodges, again, she is a 6'1" post player. She's inside defending there and knocked that ball away and out of bounds.
Off the inbound to Tighter. Inside the arc, jumper, off the rim, no good. And heading up court quickly is Baggett, I should say.
Baggett had a triple-double earlier in her career against Carson Newman last year. 15 points, 10 boards, 10 assists.
Jumper on the way by Tate. Rebound Franson. And she's just swarmed immediately. Foul is called. Mentioned that Tate now in the lineup, and she is a freshman from Auburn, Alabama.
The foul is on Martin. That'll be her first.
That's 4 fouls, so 1 away from shooting the bonus. Women's college basketball with quarters. You shoot the bonus after 5, and it resets every quarter.
And no longer the 1-on-1. It's always the 2-shot foul. Yeah. Changed that a couple years ago.
Ashew drives the lane nicely. Did a little Marcus Haynes on the ground for a second. Got up and drove the lane. 12-2 Spartans. Tighter, nice rebound, tipped it to herself and controlled it. Franson open way down. They turn to her, finally find her, put it in. Boy, when your point center leads the break.
Yeah, reward the big player running down the floor. Give her that basketball.
Franson already with 4 points.
Nice job of defense right there by Tighter. She knocked away that entry pass.
This is a great start for the Spartans. Because we both watched Anderson yesterday pretty much going toe-to-toe with Minnesota State Moorhead, and a team that is expected to compete for the title in the conference. Emily Ashew makes it 17-2. You mentioned yesterday she's at 40-plus, 45% three.
Yeah. Interesting, Jonathan Barbary has not called a timeout during this run.
Short to the ground. Warden guides it out of bounds, and the Spartans will get the ball. Back into the lineup is number 22, Easter.
The Spartans yesterday in their win, again, it was a lopsided victory, 52-33, but it was an ugly win, if you will, in that they had 21 turnovers in the game. So far, just 2 turnovers for the Spartans today. That's pretty good. Sanders
drives, blocked, and controlled by Hodges. They come back the other way. Baggett lobs it inside. Turning around is Martin, off the glass and in. That stops the bleeding for a second.
We saw Molenauer start that with a nice defensive play again. We've seen her make 2 or 3 defensive plays, knocking the shot away, making it a block shot. Obviously, she averages about 12 points a game, but she plays at both ends of the floor.
Tighter just drills one just inside the arc, 19-4. Spartans pick up about 3/4 court. Nice job breaking the press. That's Molenauer for 3 off the front of the rim. Tighter taps it out of bounds, and it will stay Anderson's ball. Into the lineup is Taylor Hare, a 6-foot freshman from Orlando, Florida.
Played at Olympia High School there.
I was looking to see if that's where Karma Jeremy, but she's Freedom High School.
Oh, Baggett for 3. That was a nice shot from the wing.
That's their first three-pointer. Spartans are 1 of 1. A shoe, pick from Franson, just inside the arc, and she knocks it down. Finally, I praise someone, and they come through for me.
Yes. Well, it's interesting, too, that they're attacking the basket and shooting with confidence today. They looked very hesitant yesterday for whatever reason.
A shoe off the bench, now leading the team with 7.
Nice steal by Franzen. Nope, they got it back. And
10 on the shot clock.
Yeah, I was going to say shot clock did not reset.
5. Jumper, blocked, foul on Titer. I'd say it probably was, or if anything, it certainly looked.
It looked like it. You know, yesterday we had Tom Jesse pick up a technical foul and really came very, very close to getting a second tee and being ejected. We did see the Minnesota State Moorhead coach ejected at halftime when she failed to leave the court and was arguing with the officials. They tossed her out of the game. So, I didn't think to ask before today, is there a point of emphasis so that you really can't talk hardly at all to the officials now? Obviously, both times the coaches were pretty incensed.
Yes.
Which has always been the standard. If you say something with some intensity, you might be in trouble. In any case, Tom did not get ejected, thanks in great part to Caitlin Mitrick, who grabbed his arm and pulled him away.
15 on the clock for the quarter. 21-9, Spartans by 12. Jeremy looking to drive the lane, back out to Titer. And they are just on fire this quarter anyway. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Baggett looks, launches from half court. Off the top of the backboard, no good. We've reached the end of the first 10 minutes of play, and the Tampa Spartans with a resounding 23-9 lead. And they are led by Emily Ashu off the bench, 3 for 3, including a three-pointer in just 4 minutes of play. Spartans lead 23-9. You're watching on TampaSpartans.tv.
DP Dough delivers cheesy happiness on and around college campuses, including the University of Tampa. For calzones, wings, and breadsticks, order online at dpdough.com. They're open late. And whether you're a competitive athlete wanting to tone up or just love flavorful, healthy food, our meals are built to feed your body with the proper nutrients that will fuel your active lifestyle. We're talking about Rebuilt Meals. You enjoy fitness-inspired meal plans with Rebuilt Meals. Visit rebuiltmeals.com. Also, if you're a pizza guy like me, you can call Pizza Hut in the Tampa area at 251-3399 and get your pizza delivered to UT today.
Okay. But remember, that is a local number. Do not call it if you're in Anderson, South Carolina.
That's right. I'm pretty sure you have your own Pizza Huts that you can call there. Don't happen to have those phone numbers handy.
No.
Oh, and there's always something you need with that pizza, a Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Right? So if you're thirsty, you just grab a Pepsi, the official Spartan soft drink. We've got the full meal now.
We are ready.
We're ready.
Anderson shooting just 21%. The Spartans are 11 of 16, 69% from the floor right now. And I think the good thing, Scott, just 1 of 1 on three-pointers. As you mentioned, they've been attacking the rim.
Yeah.
10 of their shots inside the arc.
A lot of medium-range shots today, which, you don't see a lot of men's or women's teams shooting the mid-range jumper. But, boy, the Spartans have looked good from, 15 to 17 feet today.
That's become a dying art, the medium-range jumper. They're like, if you can't get inside and put it off the glass from 2 feet away or step back and hit the three, why settle for a 2?
Right.
Nice jumper on the way, and nothing but net for Easter. This is a team averaging 81 points a game.
Exactly.
At 9 at the quarter.
Yeah, that's a great defensive job by the Spartans. So, yes, they did it offensively, but they really did do it defensively as well.
Jeremy cuts through and lays it off the glass. They are getting an inordinate amount of left-handed layups, it seems like.
Oh, yeah. Easter.
And a steal by Ward.
Oh, yeah.
Warden, Ashu, Jeremy, Titer, and Franson, the 5 on the floor for Tampa. Franson, top of the key, into the post, and a foul is going to be called on Mollenauer.
Yeah, coming up over the top, trying to knock the ball away. Mollenauer, again, we mentioned good defense, and she got length, athleticism. She can also score the ball. She had 28 points and 5 block shots at Lincoln Memorial in February of last season, and then also a career-high 13 rebounds against Brevard back in January of last year, her freshman season. That's, again, she averaged almost 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists in her freshman season. You can see why she earned that all-conference freshman of the year.
So Emily Ashu back out. It somehow appears to be a wardrobe malfunction for Faith Sanders. Or she got hit or something before the play even happened.
Yeah, there might be a blood issue, and they're taking care of that. It looks to be on her back, right shoulder perhaps.
Baggett across the timeline. 25-11 now, Spartans, early second quarter. Jack Ike, Scott Lynn with the game.
Boy, how excited is Molly Franzen to be back on the floor this year after last year having to sit out with that knee injury.
We knew she had some talent, but she had a knee injury and was not going to be able to play after transferring. And everybody said you'll be pleased with how she plays. And that was the one thing the Spartans didn't have, was a really good post presence last year. Jumper, free throw line, Titer, and she is on fire as well.
Well, you talk about the transfers. Obviously, Molly Franzen from Northern Kentucky, where she played a couple years. Titer, who played at Georgia State, was a 2-year starter there, averaged 8 points or more both seasons that she played there. Obviously, Ashu out of Bradley University, where she was there for 2 years. So you got some D1 talent out there for UT right now.
Shot missed, and Faith Sanders, a transfer who played last year.
Right.
D1 transfer. Franson just fighting to get it away, and she is not going to back down.
Yeah,
there's a point where enough's enough, though.
Right. To the credit of Anderson, they just kept putting their hands in there and finally got a grab on the ball. It is going to be a held ball, but it's Tampa's arrow, so they'll continue to have possession.
She looks like she was getting a little frustrated there because that's 6 hands trying to take the ball away from her.
Exactly.
And there's not much anyone can do other than wait for the whistle or hope you get away.
Aaliyah Abney came on the floor. It looked like she had checked in, and then they brought her back to the bench, and the officials, I think, checked to make sure there wasn't 6 players on the court issue for a moment, but apparently they decided.
They frown on that?
Yeah, they do frown on that.
Okay.
It might feel to Anderson like Tampa has 6 players out there, though, the way they've played so far.
Franson, nice little fake drives, left-hander no good. Puts the ball on the floor really well, had to finish that one. Jumper, no good, Mollenauer. Fighting for it is Easter. And taken away by Ashu, but I think they called a jump ball, possession to Anderson. 27-11, Tampa up, 7:26 to go until halftime.
Here, Mollenauer is 0 for 5 from the floor. A little frustrated there that she missed a pretty makeable shot.
Baggett to Easter. Eye to 3, drives on Sanders, puts up a runner, won't climb over the rim. And a couple of the Spartans go down like bowling pins, including Karma Jeremy, I believe.
Anderson shooting 17% here in this first half.
They're down from the quarter.
Tampa shooting 70% for the game. 14 of 20. Anderson is 3 of 19. Now, you can't expect either of those to continue, so you need to continue to play hard if you're the Spartans so that doesn't, the lead, which is 16, doesn't start to dissipate.
Yes. Ashu gives a drive, pulls up from the left corner of the free throw line. This one misses.
That was the toughest shot she's had. She was moving and fading to her left. The last 2 baskets were basically spot-up shots.
Off the glass, and there's Mollenauer knocking it home. Sometimes that's what a player like that needs, is a short shot just so you can feel it.
Yeah.
Koprick
That was Koprick.
Oh, I thought it was 12.
Yeah.
It was 32.
They lobbed it inside to Koprick.
Okay. Sanders backs out.
You can see, again, they try to go to Koprick down low.
Lauren Cody in the lineup. She just scoops the ball in. A 6'3", she's a 6'3" player, also a transfer. She's from Findlay, Ohio, transferred from St. Joseph's College in Indiana, another D1 player on the Spartan roster. The Spartans have opted to not go with the Twin Tower look, though, of Cody and Franson. Nice pass inside, laying it in is Hare.
And Baggett with a nice read and a nice pass. She really sees the floor well, and that was really good spacing. We've seen that the last 2 or 3 times down now from Anderson. They really do run their offense well, had great spacing, and that opens some passing lanes, and they've been able to get the ball inside the last 2 times down.
The shoe up top, bounce pass into Cody. She kicks it out. Sanders. 5 on the shot clock. A shoe glances up. Realizes she needs to do something. Step back 3 off the front of the rim. Baggett, top of the key. 3 on the way, short of the rim. That was Hare missing that one. Spartans push it up court. Rachel Warden's going to drive, put it up and in. Rachel Warden now with 4 points, or her first bucket of the game. Molenauer, and she drills it from the corner.
There it is.
Yes.
And to your point, all you need is one to get going, and that was a 3-pointer, so she'll probably feel pretty good about shooting from now on.
And I usually make a note that when one of your top scorers doesn't seem to be getting points early, they always seem to get their average.
Yeah.
Somehow. Cody, nice job inside. She definitely has a height advantage over anybody out there for Anderson, and the Spartans exploited that. 33-18, lead is 15. Molenauer going to eye another one. Back-to-back threes.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. She is their leading 3-point shooter. Came into the game with 7 of 21. 7 makes were the most on the team, 21 also the most attempts on the team, and she knocks down 2 in a row here after missing her first 2 today.
And Tom Jesse wasting no time taking a timeout to talk to the Spartans about that. 33-21, Tampa leading, 4:12 to go until half. This is TampaSpartans.tv.
Another of our sponsors, Jersey Mike's. At Jersey Mike's, they offer a sub above with the nearest location at 2121 West Kennedy in Tampa. Jersey Mike's, a sub above. Florida Orthopedic. Hey, give a shout out to Drs. Selman and Gasser and Florida Orthopedic Institute and their sports medicine team for keeping our players safe and providing athletic training services and medical care to University of Tampa student athletes. And stay at Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts, the place to meet. How do you get there? Well, if you got a big group, you want to maybe take a bus, call Martz.
Okay.
The official chariot of the Spartans is Martz First Class Coach. If you need a charter, a bus, go online to martzfirstclass.com. See how I segue all those things together? Yeah.
And I can then segue into, we took the Martz bus up to when the Spartans played the Florida Gators.
Well, yes, yeah, there you go. Very nice.
Checking our stats right now, as the last basket was given to a Spartan, showing our stat monitor says the Spartans lead by 16, but they actually lead by 12. There they go. They took Titer got the basket, and actually it was Molenauer.
Well, after we mentioned how they were shooting only 16.5%, 17%, suddenly they're now making some shots. 3 of 8 from downtown, but now up to 32% from the floor overall. Tampa still shooting well at 67%.
Rachel Warden across the line. Elia Abney with the ball and in the lineup. A shoe on the floor as well. Cody with the ball. Finds a shoe.
Cassie Ketchum is defending her out there, number 3. Missed last season with an injury, knee injury.
7 on the shot clock. Warden back out. Abney fakes, looking, pops inside the lane, rolls off the rim.
Well, you can see Anderson also trying to do a good job of boxing out, and that's, again, and you go back to they were out-rebounded yesterday, 53-37. I've got to think that Jonathan Barbary said something to the effect of we need to block out against this team.
A shoe grabs the ball off the floor. Quickly the other way to Rachel Warden. Nice skip pass to Abney. Back out to Ashu.
You see that a lot now, don't you? Players driving hard to the baseline, flying out of bounds, and yet finding somebody in the far corner. What's crazy is you're now seeing teams defend that pass.
Yes.
The guys dropping down from the outside. It's like you never used to see that.
3 airballed, and Ashu has it knocked off her, but they say it's the Spartans' ball.
Cassie Ketchum had a wide open look there. You know, Cassie Ketchum looks a lot like Casey Kasem, and it just, I knew if I was calling play-by-play today, at some point I was going to slip, and now that I've planted that seed, I hope that you don't do that, Jeff.
I made the mental note of that.
Okay. Cassie Ketchum.
When I was getting pronunciations over there, I said it's Cassie Ketchum, and the assistant coach said, "Good, you said Cassie. Everyone says Casey." You were talking about being out-rebounded badly yesterday. Right now it's 16-14, Spartans just by 2. Jumper, free throw line, no good. Rebound, Rachel Warden in the land of the Giants. Plucks it away. Karma Jeremy dishes, tried to find Franson, but it was deflected.
Only the 4th turnover, both teams now with 4.
Running the lane, crashing into Faith Sanders, but I think no, they did call travel. Okay.
Yeah, the outside official had a travel and wanted to make sure that the official that was closest to it was going to call the same thing.
Okay.
They agreed.
33-21, 2.5 minutes until halftime. Warden finds Ashu. Looks to drive, out to Sanders. A lot of time. She's going to pop inside the lane. Off the rim, no good. Spartans have fallen now to under 60%.
Yep, you knew that wasn't going to hold up, that 70% shooting.
This is the point now with 2 minutes to go in the half where Anderson's kind of saying, if we can get it down under double digits.
Boy, a near steal by Faith Sanders coming from the weak side to nearly steal it from behind. Still Anderson ball, though.
But it's one of those points where if you can get it to single digits, then you're probably pleased with what's happened.
Yeah, you're going to feel good about yourself.
Molenauer to Baggett.
And again, these last 5 or 6 minutes, they've held Tampa to probably 30% or so shooting, maybe even less than that, to get that percentage down to 57% overall.
Shot clock, no violation. Got the shot off before, missed it though, and Ashu rebounds. Ashu has 6 rebounds, 7 points coming off the bench. Now it's showing 6 minutes. I know that's not right, that she's only played 6. Faith Sanders splits the D and puts in the layup.
The Spartans had missed their last 4 shots, so that's a nice icebreaker right there.
Minute 10 to go, first half. Spartans up 14 now. Molenauer, a lob into Martin. 3 on the way by Baggett. Fighting for it. Franson has it, and the foul is going to be called on, I think, Martin. See who they put it on. And yes, it is Martin. Foul number 2. Only the 3rd foul of the quarter, and we're down to the final minute of the quarter.
I watched both games yesterday here. These 2 teams were involved in, and I think both teams are playing better than they did yesterday.
Definitely. Well, you mentioned that Anderson was down about 13, 14, 15?
They were down at 13 at the half and down, I think, more than that at various times. But it really put on a nice finish to close and have a chance to tie in the final minute.
Franson inside the arc, airballed it. That's putting up an 18-footer from 16.
Yeah.
That was one of my patented shots.
I like that. That's good. That's like when we're calling the baseball game and it's a 56-foot curveball that bounces about 10 feet in front of the plate.
Franson out, Cody in.
Looking forward to calling baseball with you again this year, Jack. We'll have a good time.
It's always fun. Good people, good team.
Joe Urso does a great job. Yeah, most importantly, good team.
Bunch of the players who finished their season last year did very well in the minors this year. A couple of them promoted all the way up to AA already. I can't remember the names.
Oh, nice.
Shot in the lane goes down for Koperick.
Kevin Santa, I think, was drafted by the Mariners.
I think he's the one who moved up to Double A.
I think he got to Triple A late in the year, if I'm not mistaken. But in any case, we talked about how good he looked
smooth
at UT. Very smooth, could hit and field. And I had actually tweeted to some friends in Seattle that you're going to like this guy if he can make it to the big club.
Yep. I believe only one Spartan was drafted, maybe a couple, but most of them signed free agent contracts. They had a relief pitcher drafted. 6 seconds on the clock. Jeremy pops back off the rim, no good. Cody tries to get it. It's going to run out the half. All right, we finished the first half, and it is an 11-point lead for the Spartans. 35-24 the score. A quick recap of the scoring to this point. Sanders with 4, Warden with 4, Jeremy 6, Ashu with 7, Cody with 4, Titer with 6, Franson with 4. Spartans are shooting 55%. They're 17 of 31. And I think if you look at that, Scott, it's that just about everybody who's gotten on the floor has scored.
Yeah, no, it was a really nice team effort. We saw, in fact, it's interesting, Anderson yesterday in their game, they had only 4 bench points. So that it looks to be a real advantage as far as Tampa's concerned. They can go deep and a lot of players contributing.
On the other side for Anderson, their 24 points come this way. Hare with 2, Moldenauer 6, Baggett with 5, Koperick with 7, Martin with 2, Easter with 2. They are 9 of 31, just 29% from the floor. Spartans with 20 rebounds, and Anderson with 17. Spartans 35-24.
And to that point, only 4 points off the bench in the first half once again here for Anderson. Hey, if you're looking for something to do here during this next 14 minutes or so, maybe race on over to the Vaughn Center, okay? Because that's where the campus bookstore is. The Barnes & Noble campus store has everything UT in one place. Located in the Vaughn Center, first floor, open Monday through Saturday, or shop online at utampa.bncollege.com.
Not far, I think just across the street from us here.
Pretty close,
across the street. All right, 35-24. We're going to step out, come back just before the start of the second half. Tampa leading by 11. And this is the Sunshine State Digital Network and TampaSpartans.com. doing what you're doing. And the casually dressed coaching staff for Anderson walks out.
Very, very nice. It's Florida weather, so that we'll wear shorts.
Ready to go?
Yep.
All right. And we're just about ready to start the second half. University of Tampa women's basketball from the Bob Martinez Center on the campus of the University of Tampa. Tampa taking on Anderson University of South Carolina. At the half, Tampa leads 35-24. Jack Ike, Scott Lynn with the broadcast as both teams huddling up around their respective coaches.
Yes, indeed. Earlier in the second quarter, Tampa was shooting 70% from the floor. Anderson was shooting about 17%. It's closing the gap a little bit here, as are the Trojans of Anderson University. It's now 55% Tampa, 29% for Anderson. And more importantly, just on the scoreboard itself, remember Tampa started out at the start of this game 17-2. That was the score on the scoreboard at one point. Since that time, Anderson has actually outscored Tampa. So I think if you're the coach of the Trojans, Jonathan Barbary, you probably say, hey, look, we've got to overcome that big hole we put ourselves in, but I like what you were doing. And if you're Tom Jesse, you're liking very much the fact the way your team played in the first half to build an 11-point halftime advantage.
Spartans will inbound, heading right to left. Here we go. Rachel Warden with the ball. Also, the original starters are in. That's Faith Sanders, Stasia Titer, Molly Franson, and Karma Jeremy. Jeremy with the ball, drives the lane, puts it up off the glass and in, and another left-handed layup. I don't know if the Spartans are forced that way or they just like that way, but they have gotten most of their layups like that are left-handed.
Been pretty effective today, for sure.
To the corner. Jumper, no good. That was Easter missing. Titer to the other end, feeds Faith Sanders. Faith kicks it out to Warden. She pops a three off the back of the rim, and the rebound to Koparik. Bag it across the timeline. Spartans' lead is 13 here in the third quarter. Lobbing it inside. Jeremy fighting for it and takes it away. Pushed to the ground, needs some help, and calls a timeout. She's going, help! Please, somebody come back. Everyone saw her get the rebound. Yeah. Nobody saw her fall.
She was in a tough position because she couldn't move much or she'd be called for travel.
Yeah.
So, and if she held on to it much longer, she was going to get tied up over there. So a good timeout, I think, in this situation. Quick reminder, Walter's Press Box is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game and to party. The Press Box, 222 South Dale Mabry. And if you're sticking around and spending some time in the Tampa area, visiting from out of town, why not check out Embassy Suites downtown? It's right in the heart of downtown, just a few blocks from campus. Come stay in luxury at the Embassy Suites downtown, 513 South Florida Avenue in Tampa.
9:06 to go, third quarter, 37-20.
Additional millions of dollars,
yes.
Obviously, yes. Yeah, and I'll be taking off. I'm actually heading over to Eckerd College. I'm going to go watch the UT men's game at 5:30 over there, and then I'll be on the Eckerd broadcast, actually, calling their game tonight against Pittsburgh State, the team that beat the UT men yesterday.
Inside to France and turns around, double dribbled. No, foul before.
Oh, and the Anderson coaching staff is not happy about that.
A few bewildered looks from the Anderson bench.
Yeah, some of the players actually stood up and got the evil eye from the official here watching them. Didn't call them for anything, but
they might have had a point.
And in fact,
foul was called on Dillard, her third.
Well, so
it was doubly
anyway. Bad news. Yeah.
Spartans missed the shot, and off the glass is Dillard. And Franson gets the foul.
Well, you can see they're going to want to go to Dillard again. 5'11" post player. She can do a lot of good things. She averages 13 a game, team's top rebounder, 8.8 rebounds, top shot blocker, has 8 blocks this year. She is, and I mentioned shot blocking, we haven't seen a lot of that today from Dillard, but she is Anderson's career leader in block shots. She's got the purple hair going, too.
She does, yeah. Misses the free throw, and I think there might have been a lane violation.
Yep. And again, we saw Faith Sanders about to fall into the lane. And
I don't know if Dillard had a little pump fake before she shot.
Yep.
It was something that caused Sanders to react. Or maybe she just was anticipating. Anyway, it results in another basket, but they do get Dillard out because she did pick up 3 fouls, and quickly into the lineup is Hare, number 10.
Taylor Hare in for the purple hair of Alexis Dillard.
37-27, 10-point lead.
Again, this is as close as they've been for a while, but it's been a methodical march back for the Trojans.
Sanders looks to drive, gives up the dribble. Shot clock to 7. Jeremy kicks it out, tighter, off the back of the rim, rebounded Hare to bag it. Chance to get within 7 or 8 here.
Single digits for the first time in a long time.
And the fact you pointed out, it's been a methodical climb back, and that's the way you do it. You don't want to, they always say you get it all in quickly. There's Hare off the front of the rim. And sometimes it's too easy to come back and you lose your momentum. Franson off the glass, doesn't go in. Foul, I think, going to be on Molly Franson.
Yeah, it is. She misses the layup and went to try to get her offensive rebound, and that's her 3rd foul. So trouble now for the Spartans, or for the Spartans as well as the Trojans, as far as their bigs in some foul trouble.
So the 2 who were going toe-to-toe a minute ago are going to both sit out pretty soon.
Yeah.
1 already out, that's Dillard.
And Emily Ashu is waiting at the scores table to check in next dead ball.
Mollenauer for 3. Off the rim, no good. Falls into the hands of Rachel Ward. Quickly up court, finds Tighter ahead of the pack, lays it up and missed it. Faith Sanders rebound. She goes up and in and gets fouled. She'll go to the line.
Nice job of following and staying with it. Faith Sanders manages to get that rebound basket, and now a chance for a 3-point play, and that's big.
You know, Faith Sanders might get you 18 one game. She'll get you 6 the next, but she just does everything well.
Yeah.
Just continues to hustle. Almost always will get you a bunch of rebounds.
Yeah, she had just 2 points and 4 rebounds against Nyack yesterday. Did have 4 assists, however. Misses the free throw. But that was a big basket. It would take a 3 now to make it a single-digit deficit for Anderson.
Top of the key, Koperick, hands off, that's Easter. Skip pass to Baggett. She goes inside to Koperick, Ashu guarding her. Tries to go off the back of the rim, no good, rebound by Sanders. Sanders doesn't really have numbers, but she's going to try it anyway. Kicks it out to Tighter, 10-foot side, good.
Boy, beautiful job of creating there by Faith Sanders, and a well-deserved assist.
And kicked out of bounds by Karma Jeremy. I think it's 4 assists now for Faith Sanders. She didn't have numbers. It was a 2-on-2. So it was neutral.
But she created the drive to the basket, drew the attention, and left her teammate wide open. And she found her with a pass.
And for Tighter, that's her 8th point. Air ball on the way. Ashu, nice job getting the rebound. And dribbles, kind of slaloms her way through the Anderson defense. Sanders. Over to Tighter. Sanders looking at about a 10-foot jumper, but passes it up. 7 on the shot clock.
I'm sorry, Jack. She tends not to shoot from mid-range or long range.
Ashu for 3. There's long range.
But she has teammates who do.
And that would make 5 assists.
Indeed.
I think, if she'll get that one. Maybe she won't get credit for that one. But Emily Ashu continues to light it up. She is now 2 for 3 from deep water and has 10 points. Lead back to, actually is up to 17, which is the biggest lead of the game for the Spartans. And a foul called on Jeremy. So not more than a couple minutes ago, we were talking about a chance to cut it to 7. It's now 17.
That assist, by the way, went to Rachel Warden. Warden ended up with the ball just before that. But again, creating
hockey assist. We need a hockey assist.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You were in the building at the time the goal was scored. You get an assist.
And if you could trace it all the way back to the goalie, that goalie would be ecstatic as well. They love when they score or get assists.
Or score.
Yeah, that too.
I saw a highlight the other day of a goalie in a minor league hockey game. Was just trying to clear it. Empty netter.
Nice.
Scored.
Not sure.
Karma Jeremy came out. I think blood situation again.
I see. Okay.
She's been put some Kleenex to her mouth or nose and got a new jersey. Lauren Cody's going to come in anyway. I think for probably Franson. They never subbed for Franson after she picked up her 3rd.
Well, I think at that moment, when it was about a 10-point game, Tom Jesse was feeling like maybe I can't take her out right now.
Yep. Cody's coming in. Cody's been a very admirable replacement. Yeah. Has some skills.
Yep. An inch taller. You don't lose any size. Now, Tom Jesse has recruited well, and this is a group that has a chance to do some good things in the SSC and maybe beyond.
Dillard back in the lineup hits that one, so Barbary apparently sensing he needs to combat this before it gets bad again. The shoe across the timeline. Man-to-man for Anderson. They have played some zone. Rachel Warden off a pick from Cody. Hands to his shoe. Sanders. 7 on the shot clock. Free throw line. Looking. Back out to Warden. She launches a 3. Off the rim. No good. Cody with the rebound, but I think she pushed.
Threw out that left arm when she went to grab it. And the official caught her.
Anderson has not scored a field goal. They did hit free throws, but no field goals in the last 3.5 minutes. That was when they got it down to a, 37-27 at the time? Yes.
Carmen Jeremy comes back into the game. Checking in for Cody. So the Spartans going a little smaller here.
No less aggressive, though, with this group out there.
They're in the zone right now, 2-3 zone.
Nice job by Tyter to deflect the pass. Goes out of bounds. It will be Tampa ball.
Interesting. They go to the 2-3 zone here with a smaller team. In essence, not trying to defend the taller Anderson players. They have both Taylor Hare out there, who is 6 foot, and also Dillard at 5'11". So that worked out well that time anyway.
Did. There is a, they call them media timeouts, but don't blame us for this. We didn't ask for it.
Yeah, because we're going to stay here. We're not taking a break. We will tell you, though, that we have some fine sponsors. One of those is Mastro Subaru. Your trusted Tampa Subaru dealer is Mastro Subaru, located at 6402 West Hillsborough Avenue. At Mastro Subaru, our reputation rides with you. Firehouse subs are made the firefighter way, served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh sliced meats and cheeses. Located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard. Firehouse, founded by firemen. And Bay Harbor Hotel, located at 7700 West Courtney Campbell Causeway in Tampa, offers a discount rate to all UT supporters and guests. So keep that in mind if you're coming to visit your student here at UT. The Bay Harbor Hotel is on Courtney Campbell Causeway. And I am fairly certain, if my memory hasn't failed me completely, it was at the Bay Harbor Hotel many years ago. That's where we had many Tampa Bay Rowdies press conferences. That was like their official headquarters, if I'm not mistaken. And that's, again, we're talking about the late 70s here, so I'm not sure if my mind's totally with that. But I'm pretty sure that the Bay Harbor Hotel was where I was there seemingly every week for the Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday, press gathering.
Back in play, Rachel Warden with the ball gives it to Faith Sanders. Spartans lead is 15. Spartans did a nice job of thwarting the initial surge to get the lead to single digits. Jeremy to Sanders. 7 on the shot clock. to Jeremy. Going to need to shoot. 3 on the shot clock. Jeremy weaves through the lane and finds a way to put it in.
Well, she knew that the time was ticking down. The players on the bench and the coaches were counting it down for her, so she knew exactly how much time she had, and she just went strong to the hoop.
So Karma Jeremy now to double digits. She has 10. Ashu also with 10. Jumper missing, hits the side of the backboard. Tighter quickly up court. Finds Ashu in the corner. She lets go a 3 off the rim. Taken by Tighter. Spartans controlling the boards right now. Tighter gives up her dribble. Finds Jeremy. Turning in the lane, and Jeremy rolls it in and will go to the line.
You can see why she played post last year. She is tough inside. Only needs a little bit of space to create.
The good thing about a move like that this year is she's not being guarded by a 6-foot player. She's being guarded by a guard. And so it makes it a little bit easier. Though the foul was committed by number 25, Dillard, her 4th. So she comes out again. And Karma knocks it down, and it is a 20-point lead. So with 7 minutes to go, it was 10 and a chance to cut it to single digits. In about 4 minutes, the Spartans have doubled the lead. Outside, Ketchum lobs it inside. That's Martin, I should say, off the glass, a little too hard, taken away by Tighter. Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. I am very surprised by this score. Spartans are playing very well today, but I don't think Anderson is playing the game. Now, Spartans may have a lot to do with that. Anderson, we talked about their shooting woes in the first half. There's a steal. Well, they're shooting 14% this half.
Just the 5th turnover of the game here at the 2:40 mark of the third quarter. That's really good basketball for the Spartans today.
Molenauer looks to drive, fades, glass, no good. Tighter with the board. Tighter's got to be working her way up there on rebounds. That's her 7th.
7th with 8 points. She could be looking at a double-double today.
Ashu has 7 boards as well, and Franson has 8. To the corner. Tighter to Jeremy. Free throw line extended. Back out to Sanders. Ashu eyes the 3 from the deep corner. Side of the backboard. Gets her own rebound. Just helping her stats.
Shot clock about to expire. Ward knew it. Warden knew it.
And rebounded by Jeremy and in.
Credit Rachel Warden there. She knew that the shot that hit the side of the backboard didn't hit a rim. She only had 3 seconds to launch that 3. Got iron. And that led to the rebound basket.
I guess those are lucky bounces because Ashu put a ball up off the side of the backboard, which was then tipped out to Rachel Warden. Knew the shot clock was expiring, shot it. Her ball went straight up in the air into the arms of Jeremy, who put it in for the basket. 22-point lead for the Spartans.
Season high 15 points also for Karma Jeremy today.
And she was almost scoreless yesterday. Tighter missing that one.
Yeah, 2 points.
And I think she got him late.
2 points. She did have 8 rebounds and 4 assists, but you're right. Not a big offensive game for her.
Driving the other way is Martin. Final minute of the quarter. 51-31. Spartans exactly 50% shooting now. 24 of 48. Sanders, 3, no good. She doesn't usually take that. To the other end, Molenauer to Baggett. Goes inside, and a foul is going to be called on Faith Sanders. Will send Hodges to the free throw line. For Sanders, just her first personal foul.
In case you're wondering, Karma Jeremy's career high is 24 points against Rollins last year. Still a ways to go to get that today, but you might keep it in mind. She has 15 points in 26 minutes, and again, 7 of 8 shooting. So she's been very, very efficient.
No shot clock. 20 seconds now in the quarter. Spartans with the ball. Warden calling out directions. Ashu bounces it to Sanders in the deep corner. 10 on the shot clock. Swinging it. Ashu. 6 on the shot clock. Tighter. Good. At the buzzer, and that will end the third quarter. A big 3 by Stacia Tighter, and she ends up with 11 points now. 3 Spartans in double digits at the end of 3 quarters. 54-32. Tampa by 22 as they pull away here in the third quarter. Jack Ike, Scott Lynn, you're watching this game on TampaSpartans.tv.
Well, let's give it up to the Spartan team of physicians of Florida Orthopedic Institute, Florida's largest orthopedic group, and to Doctors Selman and Gasser and their sports medicine team for keeping our players active and safe on and off the field with their ortho urgent care just minutes away in South Tampa. And obviously the students know all about Sodexo. University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations serving breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. The official concessionaire of UT Athletics is Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website and check dining services for their variety and hours. Sailport Waterfront Suites in Tampa is Tampa's only all-waterfront, all-suite resort, located on beautiful Rocky Point Island, just minutes from UT.
54-32, a very good quarter for the Tampa Spartans. Spartans increased their lead, though their shooting percentage for the quarter was their worst quarter of the game. 44%, 8 of 18.
Again, they did a nice job of holding Anderson to just 18% shooting, just 2 of 11 in the quarter. So again, the defense kind of led the way for the Spartans in that quarter. But only 5 turnovers here for the Spartans.
Very nice.
After the 21 turnover game, I have to believe the players got the message in the locker room after the game.
And yesterday at the half against Nyack, Spartans had 7 turnovers, and we said that's not bad.
And then they had 14 in the second half. Yikes.
That's not good.
That was not good.
The ball was put in play, but the clock forgot to start.
Yep.
So we'll try it again. No harm, no foul, as they say.
Okay. We're good.
And
now we're going.
Everything's cooperating. We're underway. Baggett. A lot of jostling in the middle, and a couple players go tumbling down. And I think out of all of that, Emily Ashu is called for a foul. Just the first foul of the game on her. First foul of the quarter. Pass in to Koperick. Martin looks at the jumper from the free throw line, misses it. Got her own rebound off the glass. That one doesn't go in. Reaches over Franson. And I think the foul might be called on Ashu again. No, Faith Sanders. That's her second. Spartans with 2 fouls in 20 seconds. Franson tips the ball away. Saved Baggett. Pass inside. Koperick backs down Sanders, banks it in.
You know, today she's using her body more effectively. Yesterday in the game against Minnesota State, she kind of just, she didn't draw a lot of contact, didn't force a lot of contact, and just kind of was throwing the ball up there, right-handed and left-handed, and the shots just didn't have a chance. Today she's clearing out some space with her bulk, and it's proving to be a little bit more effective for her.
9 points now for Koperick. Leading scorer for Anderson. Tighter for 3, and tighter for 3.
Wow. Very nice. What an addition she is to this team.
That'll be 14 points for Stacia Tighter. 6 of 11 from the floor. 2 of 4 from 3. Turn around by Molenauer. Put it too far over, and I think Franson's going to get called for a little hip check on Martin. 4th foul on Franson, and Karma Jeremy in.
Things have not come as easily for Molly Franson today. Just 2 of 7 from the floor. Does have 8 rebounds, but just the 4 points after that career-high 19 yesterday.
Molenauer knocks it down, 57-36. It's a 2-pointer just inside. She's now got 8 points on the day, but has struggled with 3 of 12 from the floor. Tighter to Jeremy. Look for the baseline. Now kicks it out to Ashu. She loves that shot. Oh, though off the front of the rim. But Faith Sanders runs it down. Just going to check offensive rebounds. Actually, 8-8. It seemed like the Spartans might have had a few more than that. Warden, top of the key. Nothing but net. She's kind of sneaky when she gets her points. She runs the floor. She's the quarterback out there, but you leave her open, she's going to make you pay. Tighter knocks that one out of bounds. You know, we've talked about these transfers coming in from D1, and we had mentioned yesterday that they were coming in with good experience at the D1 level. It wasn't like they weren't playing a lot and thought about, got to go somewhere where I can play. Tighter played 28 games at Georgia State last year and started 18 of them.
Yeah, and she was a starter as a freshman as well.
Yeah.
So 2 years in a row, she averaged over 8 points both seasons. 8 points and 8.4, I think, or 8.8 actually her freshman year. So, I mean, she's absolutely a player who has D1 skills, and she can really be a standout performer here in D2.
She's from Orlando, might have been homesick, you never know. Yeah. And Ashu missing that one, heading out of bounds, and it will be Anderson's ball. 60-36, biggest lead of the game for the Spartans.
I wonder if Emily Ashu is feeling the same thing. This is her first winter away from Illinois.
Right.
She went to, of course, to Bradley, which is in central Illinois, Peoria, and she's from Naperville.
Suburb of Chicago.
Yep.
Nice drive. Easter.
Yeah, I just wonder if she's having that same sensation that I had my first year when I moved here. You mean you don't have to deal with snow?
My jacket like this, I don't have to, I just bring it in case. Sanders in the lane, nice change of direction on the shot, and she got fouled. Always had a spot in my heart for Bradley University. My uncle, my dad's brother, went there as an art major. He was the Illinois Artist of the Year back in the 60s. And he went to Bradley and just always talked to me about the Bradley Braves. And he loved their basketball teams. Chet Walker, NBA Hall of Famer, played at Bradley. Percy Hawkins, a great basketball player, went to Bradley.
Absolutely.
Different eras, but...
Yeah, Hersey was a great player. Played for the 76ers. He is currently with the Portland Trail Blazers.
Is he?
Yeah, has been an assistant there. Actually works
if I remember right, he never saw a shot he didn't like.
He was a shooter. He could make him, though.
Yes, he was a maker. Anybody can be a shooter.
I had fond feelings about Bradley myself.
Steal by Jeremy.
My high school, Lincoln, Illinois, is only about a 40-minute drive from Peoria, so it was kind of the nearby Division I school.
Okay.
And one of my high school teammates, Seymour Reed, was a 4-year starter at Bradley, nice. and was one of their back in the mid-70s, early 70s, mid-70s. And so I actually wanted to play at Bradley, but the coach at the time, Joe Stoll,
I remember that.
Told my high school coach, I think he's a step slow. I saw him many years later and told him that my high school coach had told me that you said I was a step slow, and he goes, "Oh, I said that?" I said, "Yeah, and you were wrong. I was at least a step and a half or two slow to play D1 ball."
So you were happy he only thought you were a step slow.
Yeah, I thought it was a plus.
62-38. Jeremy now with 16 points. Make it 17. Tighter did get the double-double. 14 and 11 now. See if Ashu can pick up a couple boards. Long three, no good. Tighter with her 12th board of the day. 6 minutes to go. Spartans with the biggest lead of the game, 25. I think this is surprising a lot of people. Sanders, they're daring her to shoot. Dillard's going to let her run around inside, and Sanders scores. Dillard with 4 fouls. Trying to be a little cautious, though, at this point. With only 5.5 to go in the game, you maybe just leave it all on the floor. Trailing by this much. Shot. Skims the net, but on the wrong side. Rebounded, though, and put back in by Ketchum. 65-40. Tampa Thanksgiving Classic. As we mentioned earlier, this was scheduled to be in Puerto Rico. These 4 schools were scheduled to play in Puerto Rico, but Hurricane Wilma taking its toll on Puerto Rico, and Tampa stepped up and said, bring them down here to Tampa, Florida, and we'll play. Long 3, no good. The Shoe picks it up. Spartans with a 3-on-1. Back is Ketchum. The Shoe stops. Dishes to Sanders, but a little too hard.
This is the second double-double of the season for Stasia Titer. Stasia had a nice game against West Georgia with 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Nice. A near triple-double, as a matter of fact.
Sitting at 1 assist right now. Spartans have dished off 14. 65-40, Tampa leading. This is the media timeout, so we'll step out for a quick second. TampaSpartans.tv.
Outpost is located at the edge of campus on Kennedy. The Outpost offers an affordable classic menu. If you are a loyal Tampa Spartan fan, come post up at the Outpost. And for generations, Krispy Kreme has been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Visit the nearby Krispy Kreme on West Kennedy. Krispy Kreme serving hot donuts now. The Doubletree by Hilton, Tampa Airport West Shore. Book a beautiful room or suite at their newly renovated Tampa Doubletree Hotel on Cypress, just minutes from UT. And of course, there's always Buffalo Wild Wings. It's not whether you win or lose, they say. It's where you celebrate the game.
Throw in the caveat there.
Yes. Buffalo Wild Wings is located at 1625 East 7th Avenue in Ybor City. Happy to welcome UT fans after the game.
Upcoming schedule for us as we do Tampa home games, men's and women's. We will be back next Saturday, a week from today, when the Spartans will host Lynn University. A 2 o'clock women's game, a 4 o'clock men's game. Women will then play Valdosta State that coming Wednesday, and then they're going to be busy the next 2 Saturdays as the Spartans will host Lynn and Barry in conference play here at the Martinez Center. So stay with us. Driving the lane, Easter lays it in. Press coming up. We have not seen that from Anderson to this point that I can recall. Sanders breaks the press, though, for Tampa. Titer, eye to 3, hands off to Sanders. Feeds Warden to the corner to a Shoe. 10 on the shot clock. Bounce pass into Jeremy in the lane. To the corner to Titer. 3 on the shot clock. A jumper off the rim. Taken away by Easter. She quickly heads down court. Misses it. Tapped away. I think it's going to be a foul on Warden.
I was just double checking back with Stasia Titer, her first 2 years at Georgia State. I don't believe she had a double-double. I'm just looking through her bio. She had several games where she had 9 rebounds, and I think that was the most she's had in her career prior to this year, where she's now had 2 double-doubles so far this season, including today, obviously.
Pass inside, Dillard up, missed the shot, but a foul on Karma Jeremy.
Nice game all around. I mean, a Shoe coming off the bench in 22 minutes has, a nice 10.9 rebound game, a near double-double. Titer with the double-double, her second in her career. A season high 17 points for Carmen Jeremy. I mean, just a real nice balance. And Sanders really with a nice all-around game. 9 points, 4 boards, 5 assists, and no turnovers for Sanders.
Sanders doing most of her scoring work in the second half, had 2 at half. Right about when I mentioned she sometimes will get you 18, sometimes get you less than that, and all of a sudden she's creeping up. Free throws are good, 65-43, backcourt pressure. The Shoe double-teamed, finds Sanders, stolen, and I think it's out of bounds to the Spartans. Had an official in our way. Sanders will inbounds. Now, I'm not sure if we get a new clock in the backcourt. I don't think so. Coming our way. Tipped. Ashu gets it.
Wow. Just a great save right there by Tyder. Flying out of bounds almost over you, Jack.
Yeah, I think she cleared me.
You'd know if she didn't.
Yes, that's true. Foul on the drive, and Sanders.
And I think we just saw the fifth foul of Alexis Dillard.
Yeah.
She was battling for position with Karma Jeremy. Didn't agree with the call, but
I don't know if that's a Bronx cheer for the refs.
It absolutely was.
Yeah.
She kind of came very close to drawing the attention to the official who made the call. Didn't agree with it. You know, watching the style of Jonathan Barbary today, he's not demonstrative. He doesn't argue a lot of calls. He just kind of lets his players go out there and do their thing.
Team picked third in their conference this year preseason. Made the NCAA tournament last year in his first season.
Yeah, they lost to the host team in that regional, Columbus State, 73-62. That's pretty, you played them pretty tough.
Yeah. Nice runner in the lane.
A runner by Rayner. Jasmine Rayner, the senior, 3-year letter winner.
Up to Rachel Warden. She's smart enough to pull it back as the 1-on-4 wasn't to her liking. Pass inside. Jeremy fouled on the play.
Mullenauer didn't agree with that call either. Felt like she got all ball. If you happen to be watching in South Carolina, Anderson University fan, thank you for watching today. Nice to have you with us. Your team's going to be okay. I think we're going to win a lot of games.
They had Thanksgiving more than likely down here in Tampa because they played yesterday.
21-7 last year. That 7th loss came in the NCAA tournament. Nice first season for Jonathan Barbary.
4-1 at the moment this season.
Yeah. Started out with wins over Clayton State, Georgia College, Southern Wesleyan, and Erskine before losing 71-65 to Minnesota State Moorhead yesterday.
Karma Jeremy, 19 points now. Ketchum, long three. Ashu, I think, maybe going to be called for the foul on the three-point attempt. She didn't foul her on the jump shot, but she turned around and backed into her, blocking out. Ketchum kind of came down on her. And it will be a 3-shot foul. Ashu picking up her second foul.
And I wonder, because I think you're right, it was more on the closeout than the shot. Yeah. And I think Tom Jesse was questioning that. Well, should it be a 3-shot foul then? Because the shot was away.
Yeah.
And
though that was, I know the NFL gets all technical like this, but it was part of the completion of the shot.
Right.
She's in the air. She has to be allowed to come down.
Yeah.
In the spot that she vacated to go up.
I understand, and I think you're right. I'm sure that's what the official was calling.
Completing the process of the jump shot.
And again, full court pressure. It's bothered Tampa just a little bit. Sanders.
And as you mentioned it, a steal by Easter. She's going to try to drive on Jeremy. Misses the shot. Sanders with the board. Tries to fight her way out of it. And they're going to call Hare for the foul. 2:24 left in the game. Tampa by 22 now. Halftime score was 35-24 Tampa by 11. But an 11-point difference in the third quarter. They've played even since.
And you go back to the very beginning of the game, that 17-2 start really played a key role in this game. Tampa played the whole first half with great confidence. Both ends of the floor doing a nice job. For the game, Anderson shooting just 28% and 2 of 11 in this half.
Sure, Jonathan Barbary would be very surprised to find that his first half was his best shooting half.
Yeah.
Faith Sanders, knock this down. She's got double digits. No, it won't fall. Across the timeline is Baggett. Free throw line jumper, good. She doesn't shoot a lot, but she knocks that one down for her 7th point. Full court press, Warden to Sanders. To Warden to Sanders. To Warden. They get across the timeline.
Yeah. That was a pretty good press by Anderson and really pretty good execution by Tampa to beat it.
Jeremy goes up, had a layup, fouled from behind by Baggett.
One thing Tampa does have is good ball handlers, and you could see it there with Warden and certainly Sanders, and Titer can handle the ball well as well. And no question, Karma Jeremy is able to take care of that basketball as well. Has a chance now for a 20-point night. Or day, I should say.
There it is. .68-47, minute 49 left. Spartans have done well from the free throw line today. There's another one, 21 points. Long shot and a 3 by Baggett. Spartans to inbound. The lead is 19, a minute and a half to go in the game. Quickly into Titer, and that was enough to break the press easily. She needs to keep moving, get away from everybody. And Tom Jesse gets a timeout called before it gets too late.
It's interesting right there. She had her back to the basket. If she just turned to her left, she would have found that the path to the basket was totally open.
Yes.
But she was desperate to just keep the ball out and run some clock.
Minute 22 to go in the game. Spartans 69, Anderson 50.
Again, Karma Jeremy's career high 24 with a 21-point game today. She's very close to that, has played very well, very efficient. A nice job, 7 of 8 from the floor, 7 of 8 from the line. Just a good job of ball handling.
Jeremy to inbound. Gets it into a shoe. And Warden can try to run the offense now. Closely guarded by Baggett. Anderson's kind of changed its defense with the full court press and a little more trapping, but maybe too little too late. Rebound will go the other way. That's Rayner. Minute to go in the game. In the lane, I think, did she travel first? No, she's fouled first. 56 seconds.
Sorry, Jack. A career high rebounding effort today for Titer with the 13 boards. She had 11 against West Georgia. That was the first time in her career, by my estimation, that she ever had a double-figure rebounding game, and now she's done it again. So her second double-double of the season.
Rayner hit the first, misses the second, tipped out of bounds over Karma Jeremy. No, they say Karma Jeremy hit the ball out of bounds. Anderson will inbound under its basket. Baggett steps back and hits it. It'll be a 2, 69-53. Full court pressure again.
She's the only player in double figures for the Trojans. She has 12.
Warden across the timeline, beats the clock. 45 seconds to go in the game. 20 on the shot clock. Warden trying to dribble it out. Titer back to Warden. 13, 12, 11 on the shot clock. 33 in the game. Warden, Franson, top of the key, a shoe. 5 on the shot clock. Titer will shoot. Titer will hit. Wow. She has 17.
And 3 of 6 from downtown. That's something that we haven't seen Stacia Titer do as well. She was 4 of 11 coming into the game from deep. 3 of 6 today.
One more rebound for Titer with 12 seconds to go in the game.
Wow. Nice game.
5 seconds to go. Spartans are going to get a 19-point win over the Anderson Trojans and win both games it plays in the Tampa Thanksgiving Classic. Final score, Tampa 72, Anderson 53. Quick recap of the scoring. Warden with 7, Jeremy 21, Titer 17, Eschew with 10, Franson 4, Sanders 9, Cody with 4. On the other side, Rayner with a free throw in the last minute, Hare with 2, Moldenauer with 8, Easter 6, Baggett 12, Ketchum 4, Martin with 4, and Hodges with, what's that say for Hodges? 6, Koperick with 9 to round out the scoring. Tampa now goes to 5-1 on the year. Anderson falls to 4-2. Scott will be back here next Saturday when the Spartans take on Lynn.
Yeah, both the men and the women. So we'll see you then.
All right.
Again, have a great week until that time. And again, I'm going to head over to Eckerd and watch the UT men play tonight at 5:30.
All right. Sounds good. Tampa 72, Anderson 53. You've been watching this game on TampaSpartans.tv and the Sunshine State Digital Network. So long, everybody.